Fiesta Friday, Tropical Productions and Mid-Pack Distributors are known for holding absolutely amazing concerts and events, and they have their first ever beach rugby tournament coming up. Joining me with more, it is someone no stranger to the KUAM studios, event manager Matt Sgro. Matt, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me.
I hope you enjoyed your custom parking spot that we set aside for you, with a nice block.
Just because I'm always here all the time.
Yeah, so I don't even have one of those, so I hope you're enjoying it.
Yeah, but like you said, so Tropical Productions, we're partnering up with Heineken again. Basically, we're trying to bring the best rugby events to Island. So December 15 and 16, the Beach Bar is playing host to the first ever Heineken Beach Touch Rugby Tournament. It's a 2-day tournament, 5-on-5 beach touch rugby, and the good thing about this is it's co-ed. It's a fun social event, no experience, no age requirement or limit, so it's fun for the whole family just to come out and enjoy.
Okay, I got a two-part question now, bro.
Okay.
Because one, beach rugby makes for obviously some interesting challenges because most people, even professional rugby players, it's on very firm grass. What challenges does having it in the sand present? And then also, like I've played beach volleyball with my friends down at the beach bar, and that's some really, really thick sand. So jumping is a little bit hard. I mean, it's a great facility, but how are you guys going to handle that? And how do rugby players expect to handle those conditions?
I think it's going to be fun. Obviously, sand is harder for anyone to move around. So what makes it good is you don't have to be the strongest, you don't have to be the fastest, because the sand slows anyone down. And it's basically open for anyone. The good thing about this is, the reason why we wanted to put it together is because we play rugby all year long, tackle rugby. There's rugby in middle school, high school, all these local 7-a-side, 15-a-side, 10-a-side tournaments, and our national team, who's going to Singapore and Australia later on this year, that's more rugby action. So we were trying to think what better way to end a year full of tackle rugby than beach touch rugby, and co-ed at that. So we think it'll be a fun event, and it's just something that's never been done before. A lot of people don't know this, but beach touch rugby is huge in Boracay, Philippines, Australia, New Zealand, the West Coast. So it's something fun, and I'm just kind of shocked how we never had it on Guam, just because we're an island of the Pacific, and we never had a beach touch rugby event before.
And if it's 5-on-5, what should be the separation between how many men you have on a team and how many women you have on a team?
So the way we're telling all the teams when they register is it's 5-on-5, but it's a maximum roster of 8 players. In order to complete your roster, you have to have at least 2 men or 2 women on your roster. So it doesn't necessarily you have to have 1 man or 1 woman on the pitch at all times. As long as you have 2 or more of each gender on your roster, then you could join.
Okay, and where exactly at the beach bar is it going to be played? Because like they've got the volleyball courts actually. Obviously, and then you've got some of the nice flat sand off maybe to the left.
To the left side.
Yeah,
this will be taking place on the left side just because it's much wider. And for those of you who've watched or played rugby, rugby is especially 5-a-side or 7-a-side. It's mostly about the width, so use more spacing than length. So it's much shorter than like a soccer field or a football field. It's much shorter than that, but this pitch we're actually playing on is larger than they normally play in like Philippines or Australia. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun for not only the players but the fans to watch as well.
Are there any age requirements? Like, could high school kids enter this, or like our friends from the military if they want to get in on the action?
High school kids, middle school kids. There's no age limit. A funny story: the first time I got introduced to rugby when I was 10 years old, and it was from a touch. It was the first ever touch rugby tournament on Guam, and from there I was shocked. I wasn't understanding what I was doing, but from there on I just fell in love with the sport. And I constantly tell people the best way to understand rugby is to play touch rugby, because you get all the rules down. I mean, tackle, you could eventually learn that, just how to tackle, how to get tackled, but touch rugby...
Once you regain consciousness. I've seen you hit, by the way. You can bring the wood.
It's not that bad, but I mean, yeah, touch rugby is the best way to learn. So I encourage anyone, no experience required. Even if you want to just learn, we're actually playing every Sunday from now until the tournament. The Beach Bar has been great hosts, and they actually offered us to play every Sunday up until the tournament, just pickup games. We've had quite a few people who've never played before. Last weekend we had 35 players, and we invite anyone to come. We have a good core group of players that will teach you anything you want to know about rugby.
Okay, so of course it's at the Beach Bar down in Tumon. You basically go to the old gun beach for those of you who are unfamiliar with it. Check on Google Maps. I don't know about that iOS 6 stuff. You might get lost, but check on Google Maps. You can go find it. When exactly is it going to be? What day, and how can people register?
So the date of the tournament is December 15 to 16. The last day to register is Friday, November 9th. So 2 more weeks. You could get your registration form and more info at tpiguam.com, or you could email me personally at msgro@tpiguam.com, and I'll be happy to send you all the registration forms. Every team gets their commemorative Heineken tank top, which will act like a jersey. So you get to design the tank top, put whatever logo. Companies can form teams. I already know, like Beach Bar, they're putting a team together just of their staff and managers. So any company and anyone's more than welcome to join.
All right, thanks so much, Matt. We'll see you down there.
All right, thank you.
All right, and stay tuned because Fiesta Friday continues after this.